Welcome to Secondhand Speed. Today we are going to review this 2023 Chevy Suburban. I'm going to be showing you what you're going to get with this. Obviously all SUVs are expensive and well, this is one of them. So what do you get for the X amount of money that you're going to pay for one of these big houses on wheels? We're going to be talking about the features, the characteristics, and what this Chevy Suburban offers and the drive test. And well, we'll just go over and see how nice this Suburban really is in 2023. Now, looking at this 2023 Chevy Suburban, the styling is exactly like how it is with the new Silverados. They all share the same characteristics: the headlights, the front grille, the styling, the lighting, the lights, the flares, smaller flares than what it normally is. This car really looks great. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but I mean, some people hate and like the headlights. I don't know what to tell you. I think it looks good. Maybe not as best as the previous ones where they have the cat eye, but what are we gonna do? These manufacturers never listen to us anyway when we ask them for styling or for a certain thing anyway, so we just gotta go with the show. But the styling isn't awful. It looks great for the size, the lines, the LED lights that it has. It's really great, really, really awesome. The styling doesn't scream a lot, but it doesn't also tell you that it's a boring old vehicle. No, it tells you with all the lines and the wheels and everything. It looks great. I think, in my opinion, I like the back look more. But that's just my thing. The grills in the front look great, the LEDs, all of it. I think the styling looks great on this 2023 Chevy Suburban. Now, there's a lot of detail that they put into this Chevy Suburban. For example, on the headlight, you will see the little tiny Chevy logo that's literally like right there. That's so cool. And that's not the only thing either. There's also the logo on the rear taillights. It says Chevy on that part, which I think is pretty cool. It's just extra. Honestly, it's useless, but it's kind of cool that they add these little features in there. Not only just that, this has functioning air ducts. You heard me right. But I don't know, I guess it's for the wind to help cut some of the wind drag, I guess, because as you can see here in the grill part, it's cut off and it lets air breathe out to the other side. Now, maybe it's for the tire cooling, but I doubt it because it's not hitting the tires at all. It literally just flies right out. Mirrors are big. They really are. It's almost the size of my head. As you can see how big these things really are. It's literally the size of an iPad mini. That's crazy. Like that, the fact that this is big, for one, it's good because at least you can see the cars and your blind spots and well, on the other lane and whatever cargo you're carrying. But it's kind of crazy to me, the fact that this is big. Like everything in this vehicle is big. The styling on the outside isn't the only thing that looks great. When we take a look at the inside, it looks great. It looks awesome. The way they redid the interior makes it look, compared to the 11th gen, it's great. And not only that, it also reminds you what vehicle you're driving. If the giant Suburban words on the side of the door and the giant Chevy logo in the front of the grille doesn't remind you what you're driving, they even remind you here on the doorstep that you're driving a Chevrolet product. If you don't know, you're driving a Suburban, but they try to let you know it's Chevrolet. Since this is a full-size SUV, you can imagine that the space in here is just enormous, and it is. I feel comfortable, head, feet, shoulders, arms, legs, everything. I feel comfortable being in here. I have plenty of space. If you're somebody that's tall or big in general, you're gonna feel comfortable inside of this full-size SUV. The seats are leather, both for all the seats, all in here are leather. They have power seat controls and they have dual seat warmers. So that's nice if you live in a colder climate. They're very comfortable. They look nice. The material inside of this Suburban is made out of soft material and plastic. I mean, you're gonna have plastic. This still is a General Motors product, but they have improved it much more. So you will still have all those rattly sometimes, the noises. It is plastic after all, but it's nice to know that GM also added some nice plushy material here for your arms, for the armrest here. It has this nice like rubber foam type material up here in the dash and all over this area to feel comfortable. So it doesn't feel cheap either. I mean, I guess that's their way of trying to mask cheapness in here, but you're still gonna find plastic parts. Inside of this cabin, you'll find a lot of chrome pieces. For example, around the infotainment screen, you'll find chrome. Around here, you'll find chrome. The dial switches are chrome. The seat or the cup holders chrome. The door handle, the parts. I mean, it's fake chrome, like the plastic stuff, but it's still chrome that they add in here. So they give it a lot of that look and styling in here. They also included some wood accents, which I think is pretty cool. bringing it back from like the 90s. But you will find some chrome and wood accents all around here, which complements the look. I think it looks great in here. Now, how practical it is, it's very practical. Let's begin here. We have this center cubby here where it also features a wireless phone charger, so you can just place your phone flat on there. As long as your case isn't too thick and you don't have wires or cables, it'll charge your phone wirelessly. You can put your keys or whatever you like to keep in here. We have our cup holders on both sides right here. We have a little spot for your phone, which is very typical for Chevys. Both sides of the doors, you'll find storage compartments for your water bottles, for maps, papers, napkins, anything that you want to store. You have good storage on both sides of the doors. You also have another cubby spot on both sides of this center area. Pretty nice because you can keep more stuff in there. You'll also find this little secret compartment here for you to put, like, I guess, coins, your car keys, anything I guess that you want to keep there, house keys, cards, I don't know what you like to keep in there. And it's nice, a little touch that when you push the button to close it, it closes itself automatically. The glove box is of a good size. You can put a lot of things in there, like actual gloves, your registration, books, anything that you like to keep in there. It's very capable of doing that. And on the side here, you'll find a little card holder, which I think that was pretty cool. That caught me off guard. I didn't really know what that was, and it's a card holder, so you can put your credit card, your license, or whatever you want to keep in there. Looking at the center console, we have lots of space in here, lots of things. You can probably fit a literal gallon in here. It's that spacious. You have lots of room in here. You also have a Type-C charger and a USB port. And not only that, you also have another Type-C and USB port up here, and next to it you have well, this truck has the 12-volt cigarette charger port. Now, looking here at the infotainment center, we have this nice, gorgeous 10-inch screen that has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It has voice recognition, Bluetooth, Sirius XM, HD radio, all the things that you can imagine. Google as well. You can sign in with your Google to use Google Maps and stuff like that. So it's a very nice screen. I really do like this feature. It is wireless as well, meaning wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You don't have to have it attached. Looking below, we have our dual climate control where you can adjust it, you know, typical Chevy modern things that we have. It works really well. It's a nice touch, you know, it works great. You have your controls for your rear climate controls. Like I said, this has dual passenger seat warmers and it has all that good stuff. Up here we have our button to open the tailgate. We can adjust it if we want to open it halfway or 3/4 of the way or turn it off. We have our universal remote for the garage door opener, courtesy lights and stuff like that. Automatic dimming, rear view mirror. I'm used to the old shifter column thing. It's something that you definitely have to get used to. For example, the brake and the neutral buttons are push button, and the reverse and the drive buttons are actual levers that you pull up. So it's something that you have to get used to, something that is new with these vehicles. Looking at the steering wheel, it's really nice. I like the look of it. It's leather wrapped. It has these, it seems like it's metal, but it's not. It feels plastic to the touch around this area. You have your volume button and your track selector all on this steering wheel, so that's really nice. It's very modern. You have this gorgeous 12-inch dash display. It gives you a lot of information, lots of stuff. I like how it has the information to tell you, like a gyroscope, letting you know how many degrees you are, and it gives you a whole load of information in this new dash. You can change it and adjust it the way you want it or however you want to customize it to. It's really nice and very practical. On the side here, we also have our buttons. We have our electronic brake holder, our lane assist, traction control, on, off, all that good stuff, parking sensors, the auto stop button, disabler. It's all here on this side. Below that, we have our auto, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, off-road buttons and options down here with the dial knob. You can set it to tow haul mode. You can put it to off-road mode, sport mode, or just normal driving mode. So you can control that. So you don't have to have it on auto all the time. You can decide to keep it on 2-wheel drive, automatic 4-wheel drive. So that's a nice function and characteristic that this thing has. The sound system is really nice, as this is a Bose sound system, so it sounds great inside of here. So that is something that is a plus. That is an option for the LT model. Like I said, not every feature is going to be on the LT model that I mentioned, so you can always adjust it, or you can just get the Z71 or the High Country if you're going to spend big money, because these pickups are very expensive. Now, me being in the middle of this Suburban, it is very nice, same spacious room material. The seats are very comfortable as they're leather. The nice thing is that we have levers on the side, on both sides, to be able to adjust the seats forward or back, and we can also tilt them or flip them over the way, whichever way you need it, to make it more convenient, so you can have more room, more storage. You can even flip them up so that way you can put whatever you need into this side of the cabin. We also have this nice center armrest and cup holder in here in case we don't have a third passenger in the middle. Like if that wasn't enough, we also have another 2 cup holders for these 2 passengers here. And underneath of that, we also have our climate controls for the rear seats, or for the rear passengers. It's very basic. We also have 2 USB-C ports here, and we also have a 120 volt outlet, so that way you can plug in chargers or a console or whatever. We have storage compartments on both sides of the doors, so you can put water bottles, things, just the same treatment like it is in the front side of the Suburban. So it is nice. The doors are pretty big, pretty wide. Gives you that nice visibility for you to look out the window for your passengers. You also have another storage compartment behind the driver and the passenger seats as well. So that is very convenient. And so I like how versatile and how nice this thing looks back here. Back here in the Chevy Suburban, it's very comfortable. This seat in front of me, I have it adjusted all the way to the back. And while I have plenty of space for my feet, I still got room for my head. For my arm, it can be a little bit tight if we have 3 of me back here. But I mean, it's still doable. The seats are nice. They're still leather, same plushy, soft material like the ones in the front. Same design, same style, same look. Obviously, I mean, it all fits with it. We have 2 cup holders on both sides, and we have a little tiny storage compartment for whatever things you like to keep in there. Conveniently, we have 2 Type-C charger ports on both sides. Now, to open the tailgate, you can either press the button here, or you can push the button on your key fob. You can do it from the inside of the cabin, or you can use a hands-free option, which right now I can't show you because it's kind of light. In the dark time, you'll be able to see a Chevy emblem down there. So if you stick your feet underneath, it'll trigger the sensor, and then the whole tailgate will open. On the key fob, we also have this little glass opener part where if you push it 2 times, you can open it. That way it's for a quick, easy access in case you just want to throw a book bag or something over there. And while you have to close it manually, this doesn't have a motor or anything to it. As you can see, we have plenty of space and storage room to put things back here. As you can see, we're already making this trunk, putting it to good use. As you can see, we have lots of things, lots of goodies back here. It's very convenient. You can lower the chairs down too to give you even more room in order for you to put more things back here. The nice thing is you also have another 120 volt outlet back here too, so in case you need to put a compressor or anything you need to, you can literally do that from back here. Underneath the trunk, you will find your spare tire, and if you open this storage container compartment, you'll be able to find your tools and accessories in order to help yourself with a flat tire. Or you can store more things back here, which is very convenient. Very nice for this Chevy Suburban. The 2023 Chevy Suburban, honestly, this one has been the smoothest ride that I've been in any SUV. I have driven only post and pre-2000 cars from the 1990s and the 2000. But I've been in modern vehicles as well. I don't own any modern vehicles such as this thing that's really nice. But the one thing that does attracts my attention immediately, or catches my attention, is the suspension. How smooth it is on bumpy roads. Like right now we're on this really rough back road, but it handles it pretty well. And you can imagine when you're on the highway, it feels like you're floating. It really does. You don't really feel much of the bumpiness or the imperfections on the road. It does an amazing job trying to mask it all and prevent from you feeling uncomfortable in this vehicle. So if you plan on going on road trips or anything like that, I highly recommend you getting a Suburban, renting one or borrowing one if you have that capability, because you will enjoy driving this thing. I've driven this car for 1,000 miles now, and I can say that it has been one of the most comfortablest rides I've been in, traveling for 1,000 miles. It's really comfortable in here. The handling is great. The steering wheel is so buttery smooth. This is something that Chevy always gets it right, smooth in any way that you need to navigate, and that's super important with a big vehicle that's the size of a house on wheels. That's very important. You need to be able to react in time and be able to correct any errors. So that's one thing that is really great about this Chevy Suburban, that I think the handling is something that you will enjoy in this vehicle. The body roll is still there. Don't believe that it's gone. Any SUV, it's always going to have body roll. So be careful when you're going on the turns, especially when it's up and down hills and stuff like that. Don't get too comfortable. Yes, with all the safety features that this Suburban has, don't trust it too much. You know, use common sense. Slow down before entering a turn or a corner. Just be careful. Talking about going slow on the corners, the brake in this, the brake system for this car is really great. It's something that I do enjoy, and I feel safe knowing that this car, and in case of an emergency, I need to slow down for whatever reason, I can trust it. It'll stop. It's very impressive with the amount of vehicle that you're driving. Especially, I've had 8 people in this Suburban with load, like with cargo and stuff, and there's been moments I needed a brake, like emergency, like, you know, something went in my way or whatever. It surprises me every time how well this thing brakes. So the braking system is great, something you don't have to worry about. If you're used to smaller cars, that's something to get used to, but assure that you learn how to control and handle and use common sense again. More weight, more load means it's going to take you more time for you to brake. So just keep that in mind. Acceleration is another thing that impresses me. This Suburban does really great on the acceleration route. If you didn't know, the vehicle that we're driving today, this Suburban is loaded with the 5.3 liter V8, which is a motor that's been out for a really long time. They've upgraded with a lot of things. It does 355 horsepower at around like 6,000 RPM or something like that. It does 383 pounds of torque, foot-pounds of torque. So it can move. I mean, it can definitely move. And because of that modern motor that they've upgraded, well, it can tow up to 7,000 pounds, which is pretty impressive for an SUV with people in here. You know, it can tow up to 7,000 pounds. So that's very impressive for this SUV. It's something that is very capable towing, hauling, and having a family in here or friends or anybody, because it's capable. As far as wind noise and road noise, Chevy, I think in the beginning of 2021, they started using like this type of material that's like a cloth, like a really thick cloth, and the wheel arches. So it's supposed to help you not hear or to isolate you from the road. It's supposed to help you keep things quiet in the cabin. Wind noise, it's still present, but it does a better job from previous years. It's not like a luxury SUV. I mean, this still is a General Motor product, so it's not going to be the quietest for sure. You're going to still hear the wind noise, the road noise, and stuff like that, but they do a good job trying to mask all of that and prevent you from hearing it and make it more obvious. The visibility is great. I'm able to see out the windows, navigate, which is very important for a very big vehicle like this. That is super important. So the visibility is great. I can see around me. I'm not afraid of using my turn signals or whatever or switching lanes, I should say, is where I was going with. So that's something that I like, that the visibility is great here. That way you can do what you need to do. Has an emergency brake indicator too. So in case something or anything that comes in your way, it'll assist you with braking. It has a alert collision, so in case, you know, you're getting too close or whatever, it'll help you and alert you with that. It has a gap indicator too, so as you getting closer, it'll start beeping and letting you know if you're too close or whatever. It also has a lane assist with lane departure as well, so if you're, you know, starting to swerve or you're coming too close to the yellow and white lines, it'll start beeping and letting you know, hey, look, you're getting off track. And so that is the review for the Chevy Suburban. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? It is a lot of vehicle for the money. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, I look forward to see you next video.